at my peak, 25 to 30 a day. And at that point, I had no idea of how to stop or how to stay stopped. So that was most of my decision in choosing Rivers Bend. So
very nice. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
What was something that made you decide that it was time to ask for support? Share only what feels comfortable.
I chose to find support due to the fact that I had never had any type of drug addiction and never had been on something that I couldn't get off of on my own. It was all new territory for me. I mean, I had been taking drugs, various drugs at that point, but nothing had grabbed a hold of me quite like the Vicodin had. So I needed guidance to find my way out of it.
Thank you. Thank you. So you worked with your therapist for some time now. What about her approach or something that she does helps you feel seen and safe in this process?
Stephanie's approach to me it is just her approach. I can't specifically say how the approach is or what she does, but she definitely gets down into the depths of who I am. And she definitely just figures me out. I'm sorry. It's just, there's nothing specific that she does that I can put my finger on, to give you a better answer than that.
That's okay. That's fine. And if you think of something later, and you want to circle back, we can.
Yes.
We can. Next question, I'll give you a little bit of time to think about it. So was there a turning point? I'm assuming there was, if you're looking back to when you first came and started chatting with Stephanie, you reached out for help. And do you remember kind of the turning point where things were kind of starting to click and you were starting to feel healed or more familiar with your recovery, or it was making sense and sticking with you? And if you remember, what tools you were using at the time to kind of get it.
I mean, she taught a lot. She was teaching me about start recognizing the signs of like drug search, drug seeking, things like that. I started recognizing the signs of my addiction more. Therefore, I could cut it off earlier than getting myself back into the same spot that I was before. And that happened many times too. I relapsed many times, but each time I was able to cut it off even that much faster, be able to put myself back together that much sooner. As for a turning point, it wasn't about her for a turning point. It was about me for a turning point. About the work I'd be putting in and how committed I'd be to that work. Because if you're not committed to the work, it's never going to happen. It's a partnership, she can only give me the tools to do what I need to do. But if I don't use them, there's just no point to it, So she over the years, she steadily handed me each individual tool to help me out. And, I put that to work for myself eventually. And, it's turned into years of sobriety. I just think people need to know that you have to work. It's not going to be going there and laying on the couch every week. Like, she's giving you things to work on, things that you need to be conscious of, things that you definitely need to bring up in your own life, questions that you need to ask yourself too.
Now that we know recovery is definitely not linear, on tougher days, how did Rivers Bend show up for you in session work or groups or coordinated check-ins or something? And what did feeling supported actually look like? That's a kind of a big one.
I mean, on tougher days or even tougher weeks, you know, if I needed an extra appointment, she would definitely help me out with that and get me in there. Um, Anytime I called, she would definitely get back to me if I had questions or concerns, or maybe even if I was just freaking out about whatever it would be at the time. Um, but the support I always felt that the support was there. It was always within, an arm's reach for sure. I just needed to, if I needed to, I just needed to reach out and grab that as a crutch or whatever, but they were always there to help me.
So my last one, for someone who's on the fence about reaching out, what do you want them to know about your experience at Rivers Bend? What would you tell your earlier self or someone new at the beginning of this journey?
If you want to live, this is the place to go. If you want to see the rest of your life, you want to see your kids grow up, you want to see your grandkids grow up, you just want to stop and put this stuff down. This is where you want to be. This is going to give you the tools to grow up yourself, and then to in turn watch your kids grow up. It'll give you the tools to help you live out the rest of your life happily, live out the rest of your life.